All right, welcome back to the Minds of Nobodies, and today we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. I'm over here getting tongue-tied. So, a little bit more about spirituality. What'd you say?
You said tank tie.
Yeah, anyway, so a little bit about spirituality again. There's an eclipse coming up next week. We might get in on a little bit of that and how our dreams affect us, all right? And you're here with Elijah,
Dexter,
Rain,
Stephanie,
Priscilla.
and we got Wands on the ones and twos, and I know it's been like he be clipping back and forth because they be saying it so fast. I know he couldn't keep up on that one because that one was super quick. Let's go one more time. No, I'm just playing.
no, we got it. We're good. We're good, baby boy.
All right, so first, before we get to spirituality, can we go to Priscilla real quick? You okay with that? Tell us a little bit about one of these dreams you had. You was telling us
sure.
about. All right.
Oh my God. There's so many, but you want that I speak in that one that we were talking?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Okay.
it's not a wet one though. Don't worry about it.
No.
And even if it was one, if it's crazy, tell us about it.
Facts.
I have tons. It's the creativity in my mind is I cannot explain. But the point is I don't watch like horror movies or terror movies. Eventually I do. And I believe that it's because of that I have these crazy dreams. This one in specific. So I remember that I was in another country, kind of like Slovenia, Slovakia, like super European.
Okay.
And it was cold. I was definitely not Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was cold, and then I was outside, and I was looking for a house, and then I found a house. And it's a beautiful house, huge. Like the ceiling, it's like huge and beautiful. And then there was a old lady, and she was needing my help. She was needing help because she was super old, and she cannot. So she seems very innocent. And she smiles and she says, "Oh, thank you so much." And I'm like, "No worries, I'm here to serve you."
All right.
Yeah, that's the part that gets interesting. And then she says, "You know what? Thank you so much for helping me, for being so kind and loving." And then I told her, "Love is part of me." And then after that, she transforms in a very horrendous creature.
Okay.
Yeah, and she has powers. The powers of, the demon powers.
Demon.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
demon powers.
She's a witch.
Yes. Yes.
Bruja.
Bruja. A bruxinha.
A
So,
bruxinha.
and then she tries to attack me.
Oh.
Yeah, and then she almost got me with all of those powers that she had, but then I opened my chest, and then a light came off from my chest, and then I killed her like that.
I seen that
Kill
on.
her with love.
I seen that on American
With
Pie
your
one
inner
time.
light.
Did you see that on American Pie one time?
And then
Oh
I
no,
was
it
like,
was Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
When
no,
she was
it's
like
not
beans.
Dumb and Dumber. It's Dude, Where's My Car, I think.
I don't know. It was just really strange and really specific, and I was feeling very weak after that. And then I had to lie down. And then I was thinking with myself in the dream, thinking like, he sent his servers to try to kill me. I was really weak, but I was feeling that anger. I was like, oh, if he wants to kill me, he needs to come himself.
Okay.
And then he showed up.
So hold on, because I have like two questions.
Okay.
So you're not religious though, right?
Not anymore.
All right. So excuse me. But yeah, at the time was
I
you
know, right?
religious? I know, right? So at the time was you religious?
No.
Okay. So even though you're not religious, you still believe in demonic beings, right?
Well, that's the thing that I was explaining in the beginning. Sometimes I do watch some horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like that Netflix show called Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I also watch that. So I think subconsciously that's why it brought it up. However, I think there is internal demons that we all have that we have to deal with them. But this is not like demonios. It's more like our shadow work. That's how I see it, at least. You know, the demons is actually inside of us, I guess.
No, I feel
Our
that.
shadows and stuff and wrong and
Insecurities. And what have you.
insecurities.
Yeah,
Thank
when
you.
people say they're fighting their demons.
Yeah.
Facts. I mean, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual, and I definitely believe that you can conjure up good and you can conjure up bad.
Yep.
But when you conjure up good and bad, you conjure up a helping hand, or you can conjure up a hand that can hurt you, and that's either going to be your spiritual guidance or a spiritual devourer. I don't know.
So do you guys
So-
believe in ghosts?
I believe in you. Got you, bro. I love you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. I've heard of people that they're able to control their dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's called
lucid
lucid
dreaming.
dreaming.
Lucid dreaming.
It's called
Yeah.
lucid
What's it called?
Lucid dreams.
It takes
Okay.
a
We
lot
literally had this
of
conversation.
Yeah.
self work. You have to like teach yourself how to do it. I tried it.
I feel.
You know, like when you're meditating and you're kind of just, it's kind
Uh-huh.
of like that. You have to like meditate before you go to sleep. You can't really just fall asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I don't
it's
think
really
you have
hard
to
to do
meditate.
if you're
I-
not. No, like there's just different ways to
Okay.
learn how to do it.
Because I've
That's the
heard
easier way.
women apparently can. I
Do it
mean,
more.
I heard many women say they can control the dreams.
Mhm.
That's why I don't dream,
Yeah.
and the few times that I dream, I cannot control what's going on.
I don't
Until
get
wake
how y'all can't like jump back into y'all dream, you know? Like I feel like
Depends on the sleep.
yeah, I feel like me being I don't know, I just feel like I can
Like
jump
you can
back
do it
in.
from one night to one night, so like.
I can't do it from a
But
next
if you go
night,
back
you know.
to sleep, you can.
Yeah, but I
Sometimes
feel like I
can
can slowly like keep that same train of thought, lay down and start controlling it until I wake back up again, and then yeah, I don't
What do you
know.
think that is?
I relate it to Peter Pan.
Okay. You have a vivid imagination.
Right? I be going to Never Never Land.
Never
saying.
coming back.
I don't know why it is, bro. When it's all said and done, like I've always been able to do it, like have some type of control over my journey through my mind, you know, and that's how I feel. Like it's a journey through your mind, and you control everything. Like Freddy Cougar never scared me. It was like, what? Like this dude is
don't
in
like
your
that.
dreams, and you can't control that. But I guess it was scary for a lot of people because they couldn't control it. But there's one of the movies for Freddy Cougar where he goes in their dreams and like I can't control everything that happens. Sometimes things pop up, sometimes things happen, but I can control my outcome. You know what I mean? Unless I'm falling, then I don't always control that. Like there's certain things that's like, all right, that woke me up. You know what I mean? I couldn't
Like
control that. But then if it's like a really good dream and it's like I want to know a good path that it's gonna take, that's when I can go back in the dream. But
So
yeah.
Get back
I know
in
a
the
few
dream.
people who can lucid dream. The women I know who can do it, they've just naturally done it since they were like little kids. They've been doing it. The men I know who've done it usually have trained themselves to like do it before sleep, like through meditation. They wake up, they write their dreams down and stuff like that, as like much detail as they can, and then eventually they look for signs essentially in their dream to be like, oh, I'm dreaming. And then once you know you're dreaming in your dream, you can do whatever you want.
A way to do that is looking at your hands. Because if you have more than 5 fingers, like supposedly they'd say
So
in
when
your
you're
dreams
dreaming,
you're
you
you're
look for
more
your hands.
disfigured. Like not everything is like the
Perfect,
same. Like if
yeah.
you look at your fingers, you probably have more. If you dream about having like a cell phone in your hand, you probably can't see the screen. I don't know if you've ever dreamed of like being on your phone.
no, it
When
makes sense
Never.
though. Yeah,
Like when you're, I've had it too. I'm looking at the phone, but it's not a phone.
because there's always
But it's a
something
phone.
missing.
Really?
Yeah, there's always going to be something that's a little bit different, and if
Okay.
you can try and catch it in your dream, that's a good way to start lucid dreaming.
So-
I've actually never dreamed of my phone.
Yeah, see,
Or
Have
my
you ever-
hand.
or like
Have you ever-
you don't look in the mirror in your dreams either.
I
Like if
probably-
you find a mirror and
I've
you look
seen
in
a
it,
mirror.
really.
Have you ever gotten a fight in your dream?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, those
I
are the
can't
worst.
fight
Right.
myself.
It's
Yes.
like, dang, I'm
Yes,
winning, but
yes.
I'm not winning. Like these people are still coming at me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my
No,
worst
No,
when
for
I'm
me-
fighting in my dream.
For me, when I'm fighting in my dream, like I'm punching, but it's not hard.
And it's not
Right.
even landing
It's
right.
not even landing right.
It feels like it's just slipping off of them.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like, what is going on here? You're doing everything you can to like make sure you win.
I didn't
So-
think I was getting arrested, and I woke up crying.
That's
Like,
kind of
It's like, that's
traumatizing.
like the worst dream I've ever had.
So I found something really quick. You mentioned dreaming about falling, and I found here that dreaming of falling is very common. It is a symbol of fear in real life, perhaps of falling out of work or of your love life. According to Russell Grant, he adds that falling often expresses a need to let yourself go more and enjoy life more.
Huh?
There's a like
Go ahead.
there's another thing that kind of relates to like what's happening in real life. Like if an animal is biting you, or if like like you have animals and then they're sweet and stuff, and then like
Yeah.
they just start attacking you, that means
In your dream?
in your
Yeah.
dream, if you're getting attacked by an animal, in real life that means there's someone like stabbing you in the back. Like you're being betrayed.
Right, 'cause
basically.
they
Dang.
wanna
Hey,
think
can you also
love
look
the
up
most.
dreams
Yeah.
connected to like the atmosphere type of?
Let's finish Priscilla's dream here.
Oh, well, you still going? My bad.
I don't know.
Oh,
Do you want to
okay.
know the end?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I didn't know if we got to the end of it.
He's
Oh.
curious to know the end. Okay, so I was feeling weak because I literally killed her with my light and love, basically.
Uh-huh.
But I was feeling very pissed off with Demon because he didn't come to me personally to try to
Okay,
kill
you
me.
said the old lady to kill you. You
Yes,
said, okay.
the bruja.
Bruhaha.
And then he showed up, and then he says, he looked at me, and he says, "Long time no see." I was like, exactly. The next time you try to kill me, you have to come personally.
Damn.
But right now I'm very weak because of you.
So let's not fight.
So
right
come
now.
back later.
It's like, let's make an appointment.
Facts, huh?
Let me ask something, because this is really
That's definitely a TV show right there. To be
Yeah,
continued.
yeah.
when you guys have a dream, do you always, when you wake up, do you always try to figure out what the dream
Yes, always.
Always?
I'm like, what the actual?
It depends what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was a good dream, if it was one of those manifestation type dreams, good things will come. I try to forget about it because if I know the manifestation, like let's say I'm gonna come up on $1 billion or something like that in the dream, if I can remember that I'm coming on some type of luck or something like that, I try to forget it
You don't want
because
to jinx it.
yeah, I don't want to jinx it, and so I don't look it up. I don't try to look into it or anything. I just try to forget about it because when I get deja
Maybe
vu,
you should look into it.
well, the
'cause
thing
that's
is,
been
well, the
working
thing
out.
is, when you get deja vu,
I love it.
It's like I've been here before, but how have you been there before? You know what I mean?
Deja
So I feel like
Deja
if I walk through it, huh?
Remember?
It's deja
Yeah,
vu rap, bro.
yeah,
Right.
deja what?
Reveille.
Reveille.
Yeah, deja reveille. Like it's like I've been here before, but I don't know how I've been here
Deja
before.
reveille.
Yeah.
So if I remember everything from the dream, I want it to be organic, like I'm walking into what I need to walk into. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so if I start looking stuff up and really try to memorize that dream,
You might
I'll never
overthink
get
it.
that deja reveille, huh?
You might overthinking and maybe ruin your.
Yeah.
But what
your
if you
future
found out
for
that you were in a
running.
place that you would never naturally go? You know what I mean?
Like if I'm on the
Then that
wrong
means
path.
you're supposed to be. What?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
was
Like
like,
like
what?
there's never a place that I'm not supposed to go.
But I mean, like that you wouldn't think to go. Like maybe there's a place that you wouldn't be like, oh, I wanted to go there. Like maybe it was church. You know what I mean? Maybe you were in a church when you found the numbers you needed to do to play, right? But you're like,
That
why
means
the
you're
fuck am I going
supposed to
into
be
church?
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna happen.
But
It's gonna
exactly.
happen.
But
Though.
if he doesn't remember that detail, he doesn't know that he's.
All right, so
You know what I
it's
mean?
called
So you might not go to
synchronicity,
church.
You're
right?
not supposed to be detail oriented about it. You're supposed to go with it.
Yeah,
I don't
let it
know.
happen organically,
I'm
like
trying to figure out where it
subliminally.
was.
It's like
I want
have
these
you all right?
numbers.
Have you ever been driving and had a feeling that you needed to turn right?
No.
Yes.
Good. Well,
No,
anyway,
I have. I'm like, I
Right.
can pick it off.
right? Like it's like you know
She's
what?
like,
I'm just gonna turn
No,
here.
it's
You know what I'm
honestly 'cause-
saying?
And then later
Or
on,
call
I found
somebody.
out there was a cop down the road.
Right.
And I don't have a driver's license, so I'm like, thank God I turned. But, or like when you make the wrong turn.
What about when you think of somebody and they call you,
Ooh.
or
I've
or
had
listen to
Oh,
something,
My brother
or
and I have that like twin
Right.
telepathy. We're not even
Telepathy.
twins.
or what about the
I was gonna
radio
say, I didn't know
where
you
you
was
turn on the
doing-
radio and then there's
You know the
songs
song
on,
that
or
you
you walk
play.
into a building and that song was playing that you had in your head.
Synchronicity.
You still listen to
Yeah.
the radio?
Listen.
Huh?
You still listen to the radio?
I'll
Well,
listen
when
to
it's
you.
in a public place.
But no, like it's like that. It's like you've been there before, or you just have that synchronicity. You know what I'm saying? Like all of
Synchronicity.
that. Yeah, synchronicity. I was listening to her when she said it,
Well, I have an accent, so
Yeah, exactly.
that's my excuse.
and I don't know all the words in the dictionary. That's my excuse.
All right.
You should
So-
read the dictionary.
Welcome to
I want
Minds with
to.
I've done
Nobody.
it.
But the way my mindset works
Here
is
to
I
get
just
your
be like,
excuses.
squirrel.
Let me ask really quick. Have you guys ever figure out a dream that you had and you figure out what it meant?
I have a really traumatizing one.
Okay. Tell
I
us.
didn't figure out what it meant though. I'm still trying to.
Oh.
Well, tell
Um,
us about the dream. We're
okay.
gonna figure it out together.
Okay, a little bit of a backstory before it happened. I was.
He said we gonna figure it out together.
Hopefully,
Very
somebody tells me what it
enthusiastic.
means.
Yeah.
But I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, and me and my sisters and my brother were watching TV. Unfortunately, my brother's friend passed away, and she was on the news.
Oh.
Yeah, she had gotten
That's
hit by a
what.
train.
That's what was on TV.
Yeah, this is a backstory
Okay,
to
okay.
lead up to what was so traumatizing.
Go ahead.
But you know, me being so young, I was asking him so many questions. I was concerned. I was confused. I was like, "What's going
Right.
on?" He got mad at me. He yelled at me, and then he put me in my dad's room to go to sleep. And then my dad yelled at me, and then I finally went to bed. And then the entire dream, it was static, just like when you turn on a TV and it doesn't have a channel.
Mm-hmm.
It was static, and then it was
Wow.
really just yelling. It was like belching, like screaming,
Mhm.
and then it would like zoom into like each little static line, and it was like me running on all of the static lines, and it would like zoom out and then back in, and it was just like that screaming noise the whole time.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I'm traumatized by it. It was really scary.
I know what that dream means.
What?
I mean, mind your business. No, I'm just,
No, I was so
I'm
young,
just
and I don't
playing.
know if it was not ever since then, but me and my brother's relationship has been terrible. But I don't know. I just feel like it was really scary for an 8-year-old.
Right.
I don't.
Dang,
Does
a
it like
static
dream.
scare, like
Yeah.
you don't hear things when you're dreaming like that vividly.
But you said that, like, people around you were screaming?
No, like it was in my dream, like in my head.
Oh, okay.
Was the screaming coming from the TV?
Yeah, it was like in the static. It was like the static.
So if
of
it's static, it was
screaming.
a scream coming out.
I think about it maybe once.
Have you ever seen Poltergeist though?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think that's what it is?
I don't
Hold on.
know.
How long ago was
Hey,
that?
I don't want to scare you.
I'm
I don't know.
20
It
now,
might be.
so it was 12 years ago, and I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
traumatized.
You might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was.
It might be just.
If your
to your
walls start
point,
moving,
you were a child, and you don't know what you were.
I don't know what I
You
was
don't understand
feeling.
what it was.
It might have been
Okay.
real because Poltergeist, she thought it was a dream, but and maybe
Oh my God,
you was on an
Barbara,
Indian
please
burial
don't.
ground.
you know what's funny is I have heard that like TV, like leaving your TV on at night is a way for like demons to come in.
Oh, yeah, I heard that too.
Really?
I never heard of
The
that.
what,
leave
sorry?
the TV
For,
on.
like,
Never
Juan
heard
don't
of
be
that.
hearing about
For
nothing.
like demons to come in from your TV at
I'm
night.
getting
Like,
scared.
I've heard of it though. I've heard of
Really?
that too. Yeah, I've heard about
But I
it.
feel like it was like older back when you used to get like channel, like you don't see like.
That's why Poltergeist was invented
Yeah.
And
because it's like a channel.
it's kind of like they tell you not to sleep with a mirror in front of your bed.
I heard that.
I heard that
Because
too.
like
I heard
demons
something.
can like creep in.
But that's the best thing to sleep with in front of you.
See, what?
If you have it like on the ceiling,
On the
oh,
ceiling and on the side, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't
You know what we
understand the
talk
ceiling.
about. You know what we
I
talk
don't
about.
understand the ceiling one, but
Well,
the
the
Why
ceiling
not?
one.
The
The
ceiling
ceiling
one.
one. Yeah, look,
I don't
look,
feel
look.
like
It's
that.
the best
You got
one.
it.
That's
Yeah.
not like the angle I want to see. I want to see something like.
What? I mean,
Cause like
just
what?
think
It's
about
like
it. The angle, what?
You, you
'Cause-
don't
'cause
see it all.
listen,
I see myself laying.
especially
there.
if you like laying down, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
real
my
talk,
God.
when it's all said and done, like just like
See, like the side one, I understand.
That's when you got your girl with her, you know.
Yeah.
You can see her.
And then you look at yourself and you're like, damn.
yeah,
I mean, I
wanna
thought
see
about
myself.
that
I'm
shit
trying
too.
to see her.
There are some
Myself,
hotels
I
that
just
still
look
have
at
it.
the girl.
There's some hotels that still have like the mirror on the
Or some
ceiling.
of them have it on the backboard.
See, I can do the
Mhm.
backboard,
I like that.
right? Yeah.
I don't like the
Yeah,
backboard. I like those mirrors where you can where it's
Like on
like
the
right in front of the
closet?
closet. Yeah, and you can like I like those. Because when you're doing certain
If you guys
things,
like that, you guys should visit Brazil.
yeah.
Just like-
I want to
Because
visit
those
Brazil.
things
on
are
Carnival.
minimal.
Me and Juan. Me and
What I
Juan's gonna
do,
visit.
I just
Brazil.
grab a mirror and just go to business.
You know what I'm saying?
Just grab a
He's
mirror.
like,
He said,
"I
I
need
will
to
grab
see
a mirror.
myself.
Just look at myself like you're doing great.
Hey, you be coaching your. That's why mirrors is a good thing and a bad thing because you be coaching yourself halfway through. For real. You be coaching yourself like.
You be
I mean, that's what they tell you to do.
yeah. Pop myself a bar. It was like, oh,
Especially if you're killing it too. You like, yeah.
Don't let y'all both look in the mirror. Just my bad.
So you said something
Mirrors
about
is a gateway too. Sometimes.
you said something about looking into dreams that has to do like
Oh yeah, cause there's a eclipse coming up, and
so you want me to find something in relations to the eclipse because I found something.
well, let us know what you found right now, and then cause Dexter wants to talk a little bit about the eclipse too.
So before we get to the eclipse, then here's what I found in regards to having dreams about space. It pretty much represents hopes, goals, aspirations. Celestial bodies has its own unique symbolism. So comets and meteors symbolize sudden change, transformation, and the need to embrace the unexpected.
I know, right?
Give me a comment.
Fact. But does eclipse usually change like a person's mood or a person's dreaming pattern? Can you look that up?
And I know someone had something. Was it you that?
Both of them.
All I mentioned was that on the full moon, not just like an eclipse, people's moods are already affected.
Fact.
Like, I don't know if you've gone out on a full moon, or like you didn't even know it's a full moon. You're like, why is everyone acting so crazy today?
Yeah.
And then later you find out it's a full moon.
Yeah, well,
And then you're
police.
like,
I've heard police even say like on full moons, like
yeah, people
they
start.
like buckle up.
Yeah. I don't. If you've ever been stuck in traffic during a full moon, let me tell you, I be getting angry.
So if a lady was hanging out the window cussing you out, she's right here.
Yeah, it was probably me.
Next time I see someone yelling at me, I'm gonna look up and see if there's a full moon. I'm like, oh.
Hey, this eclipse
I ain't getting
festival is
back at
gonna
you.
be off the chains because I'm definitely trying to do something when
When the eclipse comes.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do with the
He's trying
eclipse?
to
this
bust
year?
a nut in 5
drugs,
minutes.
bro. Yeah. Hey, I
He's
can
like
do
that
it
5
too.
minutes of
Darkness.
darkness.
I can
Let
do
me
it
ask
too.
you this: Have you
It's achievable.
have you done such things during an eclipse before?
Nah, I usually just go outside and check and watch the eclipse.
So you're trying to do that when
I
there's-
wish I could.
But that's your goal. No, that's what
Yeah.
you're going to, right?
I mean, yeah.
you had it all set up to make it happen.
Well, really,
as far as I know.
really, the real point is when the eclipse is about to happen, everyone goes to wherever like the sitting area is. So no one's really gonna be like in the campsite. So I'm not like focused on
I understand
doing
that.
it while
My
the
question
eclipse is
is,
going.
what are you trying to achieve from it?
or am I trying to
Yeah.
rebirth? I like the thought of rebirth.
Okay.
So when it's all said and
Nice.
done, like you're you have that sun blocking out the moon or the moon blocking out the sun, and
You
through that
eclipses
time,
symbolize rebirth?
They
I don't
could.
know. I symbolize it as it,
You can make anything mean anything.
right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like that's all it starts from is someone saying it enough, someone else joining
Right,
in.
facts.
Next thing you know, you have a cult.
That's why people think Jesus is white. You know?
Facts. Hey, you heard that?
Bro,
Facts.
did you actually see Russia's President Putin? Just
He's
Wow.
still the president?
yeah, he
Yeah.
announced actually
Well,
that
he,
like,
he,
after
he got revoted again.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's not like America.
no,
like
he
a lot
just
of places
came
not
out.
like
He just
America.
came out and said like he like opened like ancient documents or whatever, and it shows that Jesus is black in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course he's.
Yeah,
Facts.
of course. Come on.
What else?
I mean,
could he be?
without a doubt, like people can get mad all they want to, but yeah, if there's a
Well,
man
he's
that's-
dark in color.
that's in that area, they're definitely gonna be. I mean, it describes them in the Bible.
What's your reasoning behind Jesus being black? I don't know many Jewish
The-
people that are black.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, well,
yeah.
it's because
But
they're if not you the look up original Jewish
in
people. The original
Ethiopia,
Jewish people are black.
then they're original Jews.
Yeah.
But he was
the
born
original-
in the area of Jerusalem. I
Okay.
don't know.
So the people
Go
who
ahead.
are current day Jews are not really the original Jewish culture that was there.
Okay.
They are I forget what the name of them are, but a lot of them are from actually like Eastern European who have migrated
Yeah.
to that
So
area.
would
Also-
Eastern European
let me
be
say it like this.
light-skinned?
Yeah, light skinned. That's why a lot of them are light
Not only
skinned.
this, hey, what did they describe
So
Moses
the
as?
current
The current
Jewish are
Jewish
Eastern
people are
European. Okay,
Eastern
okay.
Europeans who kind of adopted and who have taken over the culture of
Okay.
Judaism. if you know.
Okay.
Just like
Palestine.
Egyptians, when they say I'm Egyptian or gypsy or whatever, they migrated there and migrated away. So
Gypsies aren't Egyptian.
gypsies have been from. All right,
I thought gypsies
Alright.
were from like Bulgaria and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
is
that.
that where they're from?
I love that name.
That's what I was told because my mom's like, we're ancestors. I was like, oh, shut up. But
I can
my
see a
mother's,
little gypsy in you
my,
there. Like,
my mother's
good.
Hungarian, so
Yeah.
I see.
she's European.
That's what I heard
Yeah.
gypsies
Not
come
like-
from.
yeah, she
Not
can-
African.
You can read her fortune or something?
You should.
Well, here's my palm.
No, I'm fine.
Wait, y'all know
Palm read.
No,
Wait,
also,
what? What did you say,
predicted things
Devaney?
before.
Go
Really?
ahead, go ahead.
Y'all know a
No, I was just
fortune
saying
teller?
I've heard that they're European. Like
I thought that was European too, but yeah.
Egypt is in Africa.
I know Egypt's in Africa, but gypsies are the people that migrated around and went
Honestly,
to
they could
Egypt,
be.
and
Well, I
then
know
came from
gypsies go around.
and then came
I
from
think
Egypt,
they'd be-
and that's why they started
probably
calling them gypsies, because they migrated.
Well,
Yeah.
if they're migrating, they're
Around.
probably picking up ethnicities and.
But I thought the last place they
Diversity's
migrated
too,
from
yeah.
was Egypt, and that's why they called it them gypsies. But they were
Oh.
migrators.
Now we're gonna have to do
No, I
some
don't
research
think
into gypsies.
It's probably
Figure out what's going on.
they probably are from Bulgaria,
Shit,
but I
we
don't know why they
probably
would
don't
call
know.
them.
We don't
I don't know. I really don't know.
Here's
But-
my thing. I don't believe that Jesus was white as is portrayed.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Someone
he
said
should
last
But do you
time.
brown
believe
hair.
his skin was as bronze, like bronze?
I believe it was brown. I don't
I
know
said
if I
bronze.
believe it was African.
I said bronze.
Because he was. He
Did
was
you believe
born
his hair
in
was like
Jerusalem.
wool?
Huh?
Do you believe that his hair was like wool?
Like no, I think it might have been curly.
No, in the Bible.
Like wool? I know. I'm just
Oh.
quoting all the things in the Bible that they said in the Bible. But do you believe his hair was like wool?
That's
That's in the Bible.
But that's in Revelations when he's in heaven.
It don't matter. Do you
It
believe that
does
his hair was
matter
like
because
wool?
there's two different illustrations of it.
Okay, so the Bible just completely wrong, depending on the
The year.
yeah.
What year it was supposed
And when he was where and who dreamed
there's
about
a
what.
difference when
Oh,
you
they
have
know
a
that.
dream
Yeah.
and you have whatever you see in your dream, which may not be exactly right. You don't have six fingers, even though
How-
in your dream you looked
how-
at it.
How many?
So Revelations
In
is
my
it says a
dream,
dream.
Dexter is still brown.
The
and
what?
his hair is not like wool. In my dreams. When I dream, Juan
Right,
is
right,
still
right.
Me.
Juan is
And
also
I'm not
still
dis-
brown.
No,
and his
but that's
hair
not what I'm
is still
disputing.
not like wool.
What I'm disputing is
Yeah.
the geography, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
people saying that he's white, which I doubt.
Yeah.
Which you mentioned last time it was from Borgia. Okay,
Yeah.
great, that makes sense. But you tell me he's African. I was like, well, Jerusalem is not. I mean, I know
It's like a
close to it,
6-hour
but-
drive away from
Okay.
Egypt. You know what I
And-
mean?
And I just.
So
It's
do
literally
I-
like
what
a
I'm
6-hour
saying is,
drive.
I've never seen a black
Well, you can
Jewish
kinda-
person
you can
from
kinda
there.
do
That's
math,
all
right?
I'm
That's because
saying.
they don't show it. But there's a
How
lot
would
of black
Jesus
people
be?
that you've never seen that they won't show because they'd rather whitewash your ass. And you'll allow it. You know what I mean? And the reason why you will allow it is because you don't put a brown skinned Jesus up on your podium. You put a white Jesus that you know
But
is
that's
Caesar
just here.
Borgia. Hold on. But and you know it's a white Jesus, and they can be like, that's Caesar,
Borgia.
and you'll know this, and you'll still place that on your wall. Your grandmother still be like to a person that you're okay with accepting, and you won't argue it at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until someone be like, Jesus is black, then you'll be like, how is he
Yeah.
black? Then you want to argue it because
no way he's
you've been
black.
whitewashed. And the thing is, I don't have to argue what color Jesus is, and the reason why is because I don't give a shit. He's not my Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it's all said
Which
and
I'm not
done,
disputing.
and I won't put him up on my wall. The only figure that reminds me of Jesus on my wall is a figure of Michael Jackson, and he was killing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, like we can say, oh, he came from this area or that area, but if we looked up when colonization happened in that area, you will find out that it was only a couple of 100 years, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, before he was born in that area. But the reason why he got described and Moses didn't get described is because they know everybody in Africa was black as fuck, you know what I'm saying? But in the area that Jesus was, when the colonizers came, they depicted the difference between this man and the other types of Jews. that colonized that area. So when you depict a certain person, but culture wasn't invented until the 1500s, where it was like, this person's considered black, this person's considered Chinese, this person's considered this. And then you depict people from the time you know it, meaning this person was dark-skinned like bronze. Everybody knew what bronze was at the time. It was a black person. Bitch. Anyway, so over the hair. No, you know I love you though.
But that's no disrespect to me though.
Yeah, I know. So when it's all said and done, Vinny, just kidding. Rain, how you feel about religion?
I think it's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I
Don't be
just,
sorry.
I don't know. I'm an atheist. I think it's all just made up. Somebody had a dream and they were like, oh my gosh, God. And I'm like, what? No, but I think like, why are people revolving their entire lives around, sins and all this, and they're still shitty people? Like, how are you going to say, repent your sins, and you're the worst of all of us.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
I've never met a rude atheist that was going around doing weird shit, Like,
Facts.
and I don't understand how Jesus died for our sins. That's the one thing that I never understood when I was in the church. I was baptized Christian, and I was like, I don't understand anything they're talking about. It just doesn't make sense if you actually look into it. It don't line up.
It
And
don't.
I think
The math
people
does not
are
math.
Right?
people are convincing themselves it makes sense to feel comfort. They can blame every mistake they've ever made on their religion. Like, oh, God will forgive me. Jesus will come save me. I'm like,
They don't take
they're not
accountability.
coming. Literally, that's
The
why I
accountability.
don't think
Yeah.
it's valid.
The math is not
So
mathing.
you don't believe in any kind of greater power at all?
I think science is the greater power. I mean, you can't
But-
deny science.
With that, but being atheist, my understanding is you don't believe in God or the devil.
Exactly. You can't believe in one or the other. It has to be both. So I'm not going to hell. I'm not going to heaven. When I die, it's probably just
We'll
blackout,
see when
like
you-
lights out. That's
No,
another
I'm
thing.
just-
Like when I die, we'll actually figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we're all
Facts.
just running around thinking this and that. Like people that believe in God think they're so right, and I'm like, you actually don't know. Like you haven't died
Right.
and
Yeah.
came back, and dying and coming back isn't a thing. So Jesus coming back and saving all of us is not gonna happen.
When-
I don't know.
My
I'm just,
bad.
This just pisses me off.
when rain,
Why is that pissing
when
you off? Hold on. Oh,
hold on. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Ah, they're so delusional.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
it's gonna be like
gullible.
this.
They're gullible.
When Rain passes away, she's gonna be like, Jesus wasn't black or white, he was made up. Just all fucking made up. No.
No, seriously, and
She's just gonna be a tree.
I feel that thought. I feel that
No,
because
like,
that's what I would like to be.
when you go back to the science part of it, how science is the ruler of all or whatever, if you want to put it that way, we have energy. That energy is not going to disappear. It's going to go somewhere else, but it's not going to go to what people call heaven or
So,
what people call hell.
Do you believe in reincarnation then?
I believe in rebirth, like Nelijah was talking about, but not in a I die and come back as something else. It's more of energy. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but when I say rebirth, it's more of like a mentality thing.
But
So-
during
so-
this life,
But-
Yeah, well, I don't think there's a life after this one.
okay.
Our
You
energy
just
is
being
gonna, like,
energy.
Yeah,
That's it.
I mean, and it's probably just gonna go into nothing.
You know your answer.
Okay, that's fair.
Your energy will
I
go
had a
into
debate
something,
about this with my sister.
maybe
She's
a
like,
Shih Tzu or
but we have a soul, and I was like, our
She's
brain's a
like,
chemical reaction. I
Yeah.
was like, come on, we're just reacting to shit. That's literally what it is. Our
Yeah.
brain is having a chemical reaction, and people think it's a soul. Does that make sense?
That's why I hate
know,
when
it's
people say
conflicted.
no. I hate when people say I know God is real because I feel him. I'm like, you felt that last marriage you had too, right? Because it's like, I know this person is the one. I feel it in my soul. You know what I'm saying? But how long did that last? You know what I'm saying? We all have feelings and emotions.
It's a
And
chemical reaction.
right, it's a chemical reaction. Not only that, I like there was a scientist that said the reason why I can't believe in anything but science is because if everything got wiped out in 1,000 years, what's gonna be proven is the science that we've already proven.
Right.
Now, when it comes to religion and beliefs, there's gonna be new beliefs and new religions that's made, because everyone needs to believe in something. But the only thing that's gonna be made exactly the same is the science that was already found out, and new sciences that still haven't been found
Proven,
yet.
yeah.
You know,
The
that have
only
been
thing that
proven
doesn't
yet.
make sense for science is the Big Bang theory. Like when everything's like, and then you have the universe. That one is confusing.
So let me ask you something, Ray, because you said something interesting. You said that science, it's the guidance here. What do you think about scientists that are Christians and they believe in God?
That's their opinion.
I like that.
That's strictly just their opinion. I'm validated, or my opinion is valid.
Right.
Your opinion's valid. All of y'all's opinions are valid. I don't have to agree with you, but I mean, I'm not gonna. I know I was just saying they're delusional and gullible, but that's my opinion. But I mean, do what you want. Just don't try and convince me what I already don't want to be convinced about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, don't sit in my face and
Period.
try to preach the Bible. Like, that's what I really don't like about the Mormons. Don't come to
How
my
about
front
any
door with the
religion?
Book of Mormon. That book, have you guys read that?
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
read
I
it.
did. I read some of it. Yeah.
I
I
read
know
part of it
some
when I
of
was
the
really
teachings about
young,
it.
but it's like they're just coming up with new stuff. I feel like they're like, we need more of a reason for people to believe. I'm like, just let us do us. Like, I don't know.
So
They
at the
just
end of the
want
day,
to-
you will say that what you just believe and what you experience on a daily basis.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, when people say there's a God and everything, God makes stuff happen, He did it for a reason, why are children getting hurt? Why are people, like, dying unexpected? Oh, they're back with their family. God needed them back home. God didn't need a 5-year-old kid to get killed and go back home. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my, like,
It
why
sounds
are,
crazy.
like, children, when it comes to children, they're just getting hurt. And I'm like, if God was real, He wouldn't let that happen.
Why do you think that?
I mean, if
Well,
God is so evil, I mean, God would
my
have to be
response
evil
to that
to let
would
it
be,
happen.
it's like, why would I want to serve a God like that?
Yeah, like, why would
A
I serve a
jealous
God that
person.
would let that
And-
happen?
And that's awesome. I like what
Yeah.
you're saying. Would you then rather not serve a God that lets you do anything and everything, or would you believe in God if He forced you to believe in Him?
I have a
See,
third option.
Okay, what is it?
Right.
Neither.
No, let's-
Right. No.
Right, right.
No. With that third option, listen, when my parents walk into the room, guess what? I know they're my parents. I don't have to try to believe. To have to believe in something means it may not exist.
Right.
But to know for a fact it's there, listen, this microphone is there. I don't have to believe in the microphone. Do you believe in this microphone? No, I don't have to believe in it. I know for a fact it's there. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
like when I say I believe you'll, like, do this with your life.
Right.
And then it
Right.
couldn't
It's
happen.
yeah. It's
an
a
if.
possibility. Like, why I gotta believe in a possibility? Why I have to go off a gamble? I gamble in Wendover in
I
Vegas.
think
you know what
at
I'm saying?
this point he's thinking of, or coming from the perspective of knowing that there's a God, right?
Right. Why?
Because if I knew that there was a God who was stopping kids from getting hurt and dying and these mass murders and provided a culture of
And he-
love for everybody, then at that point, I would follow a God like that, right?
Right.
Because He obviously has the power to heal the blind. That's not something that we're assuming. It would be something that I know. Where I don't know that, and these other things are happening. You know what I
And
mean?
even if he exists, and it's like, all right, I'm right here. I'm not about to stop all this. I'm giving people free will. Some people that ask for my help, I'm gonna go help them. Some people I can't help them. You know what I mean? Then that's different. You know what I'm saying? Also, Bethlehem's in Asia, so Jesus is the Black Asian.
Bethlehem,
So
Asia?
I think so, because it's in the Middle East, right?
No, it's in modern day Palestine.
Palestine is in where?
Isn't that Jerusalem?
It's
Jerusalem's in
Isn't
where?
It's a city
I
in the
don't
Middle
know
East.
Bethlehem. I only know Jerusalem.
It's in Asia.
Oh, I guess technically Asia is Middle East is considered Asia.
Yeah, Middle
Don't
East.
ask
Yeah,
me
Middle
that.
East is considered. He's a Black Asian.
Yeah.
So Jesus wasn't like, "I'll bless
Ablation?
you." He was like, "Konnichiwa, bitches." No, I'm
He's
playing.
Blasian.
Nah, I'm sorry. Anyway, right? Jesus is Blasian. So, besides all of that, my bad. So
Well, they say
I
the
don't know what's
Chinese
that.
used to be black too, and
yeah.
they've even been Europe
And then
colonized. And
there was a village that just barely started getting touched, but you wasn't allowed to walk in it, but it was full of black people. And
I
they
am
just-
curious.
Huh?
Good for them.
I am
Right?
curious.
But they just barely started getting
Yeah.
Colonized?
yeah,
they're not really colonized, but
Colonized
there's
never quits.
been roads that's been able to travel through and trades and stuff that was made.
Yeah,
I'm
We got a
sorry, what was your
for
question?
Rain.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my God.
curious about the we are all reaction.
It's
We
a-
are all chemical reactions. How do you explain love?
It's a chemical reaction.
Oh, definitely can explain
It's
a chemical.
Not
dopamine.
that kind
Do you
of
know
love, but that
like
kind of love that is
dopamine and
unconditional. That I look at you and I
serotonin?
feel that you're feeling bad, and then I
Mm.
hug you. That kind of love. How can you explain that?
Well, I'm not a scientist, so I can't tell you. I
But
don't
I
know.
think she's talking about
Well, it is a
sympathy and
chemical
empathy.
reaction.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
I think
so
she's
like,
talking about, like,
general
sympathy and
empathy.
feelings.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't know.
But do you
Yeah.
think it's real?
Of course I
I-
do.
Oh.
I mean, I live it. I feel it, but
Okay, interesting.
Some
I mean,
people
this
don't
is a
have that,
different
though.
this
Some
is a
people
different
don't have
topic
the
than trying to explain like.
It's just
souls
because
and
that
God
is
and
stayed in my
everything,
mind about
but-
the reaction.
I mean, what you're so used to, like from a young age, your mind's growing, you're developing, you're learning these things. Like your brain is like creating these little. Have you seen like the
Depending
little
on your
pathways in your
environment.
brain, like reacting to stuff, like the little neurons,
Yeah.
and they're like.
Synapse.
I think that's probably what it
Neurotransmitters,
has something to do with
synapses,
it. But
perisynapses.
if
I've
you,
been studying.
they Scientists
Anatomy.
don't know a lot about the brain, just like they don't know a lot about the ocean.
Yeah.
The same thing
Yeah.
with the human brain. They
Yeah.
don't know
I
why
like
we
that.
dream. They don't know why we dream. So they probably can't explain why we feel empathy and sympathy and love. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
We're
say
not
everything's a chemical
psychopaths.
So,
reaction because I don't know.
I'm just, and that's awesome. It's just, you guys, and I just want to make sure I understand. You mentioned that you believe in something that you can feel. Like you use your parents' example.
Yeah.
You know they're real because you can see them.
Mhm.
Is that what you were saying?
And I can feel them.
And then you can feel them. Have you ever been to China?
Yeah.
You've been to China.
Yeah,
where
Shanghai.
haven't you been to? Because I know you explore the world.
I haven't been to heaven.
That's not what I
hell.
would ask you.
Wait, what did you ask? Didn't you
I-
say,
haven't
where in the world have you not been to?
have I not been to in the world?
Just
Egypt.
say one place.
Yeah.
Egypt.
Yeah, you ain't been to
Egypt. I
You-
ain't been to
you
Egypt
haven't been
yet.
to Egypt?
Mm-mm. I was supposed to go last year for New Year's.
But you believe
But I
that
went to
Egypt
Canada.
exists.
Because
Huh?
people have actually seen it.
Hold on.
Bro,
yeah.
but that's-
I already know where you're going.
Because they're
But he's saying
You
that-
believe Egypt exists because people have actually seen it. There's honest proof of Egypt, and not only that, if I wanted to buy a ticket to Egypt, I can literally travel to
Yeah, you can't
Egypt.
buy
So
one-way
that's what you
tickets.
But I
believe in,
can't buy a
you've never
ticket to
been
see
there.
God. I can't buy a ticket. I can go
Right.
to. Okay, go
Again.
ahead.
buy a ticket
The
and
question-
die.
Huh?
Just die
Right?
and find out.
Just die and
Huh.
find out.
Yeah, and Egypt is not a one-way trip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
You can come
like
back.
the tactics of you got to take my word for it. If you say Egypt exists, I got to take your word for it. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take your word for it, but I'm also gonna go find proof for
Right.
myself. So I'm gonna go to Egypt, come back,
Right.
and be like, it
I've been
exists.
to it. No. So the reasoning of the question
Okay,
is
go ahead.
because
My
you
bad.
mentioned that you believe in what you feel.
Hmm.
However, you believe in something that although you never been there, you know that you can go and come back from there. That's the extent of
And
your
that's what I
belief.
feel bad about with people who has like a religious belief, because it's like
But why would
their
you feel bad?
comparisons a lot, because their comparisons are a lot is they do go by faith and not by
Right.
sight. You know what I'm saying? And it's like no, you have to have this feeling because that's what I feel. It's okay for you to feel like that. It's okay for you to feel like I'm never gonna do it. I'm gonna take somebody's word for it. I've never been that person. I've always been the person where it's like, you tell me something, you know what, I got to see for myself. Now, and if it can be proven, then it's like, why do I need to search for it? I know that there's a whale out in the ocean somewhere because I know whales exist. And if I wanted to go to the zoo, I'll see a whale. And then they can tell me that like if I was to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? And Willy Wonka was to say Oompa Loompas exist and they exist in this place, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna place all my faith on the Oompa Loompas, you know what I'm saying? But if I seen an Oompa Loompa, and the Oompa Loompa's like, I'm from Oompa Loompa land, then I'm gonna be like, all right, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Until it's disproven. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's a North Pole, but I ain't seen Santa Claus yet. But I do see a Santa Claus.
Yet.
But,
I love the yet.
yeah, but I do see a Santa Claus, and all these Santa Clauses is fake. And then you find out that can't too much live in the North Pole like that. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm okay with believing in something until it can be disproven, or if it can't be proven or disproven, I'm not about to place all my faith on that subject. So when I die and go to heaven, that's why I'm not atheist.
Right.
But I believe
You're
in something.
open to
Yeah.
whatever
I'm
it
open
exists.
to
Yes.
being disappointed.
That's good. That's
Right.
good.
Can I
Because when I
counter
die-
what you just said?
Go ahead.
With like disproving and everything, I'm just really confused on how people are believing the Bible
Yeah.
when it's been translated and passed down for so many years and it's been changed and people are going off of it. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
it's not the original. Like nobody can read like the original Bible.
Well, you know, like the story of Moses actually comes from the book of Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
So, yeah, Gilgamesh. It's like ancient Sumerian times. Like it's like the first actual civilization. That
You know,
Because there
Sumerians
was
was
books
black too,
before
right?
the Bible.
Okay, well,
Yeah, there
one
was
of the
books
books.
before the Bible.
I haven't read all
Sumerians
of
was
them.
black too.
But also, we come, like, we're human beings, like, we tell stories, we have creativity.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
we can make up anything, make up a story, and
That's like believing Harry Potter.
I do believe in Harry
You're
Potter.
telling me you don't believe
You
in
know how many
witches?
times I didn't try to walk through a wall? Hey, I was trying to disprove that many
You're
times. I went to a railroad
what's
station
going
and
You're
took my
definitely a
card.
muggle.
So,
What does that
going
mean?
back
Have
to
you never
faith.
seen Harry Potter?
I've read the books,
Oh my goodness.
but it was a really long time ago.
You non-believer in anything.
Get some popcorn.
I'm
and
just-
have a little movie.
I
night.
have questions, and people don't have the answers to the questions.
And that is
Facts.
perfect. That is
Maybe
the
those-
right behavior to have.
Maybe those answers can't come from you.
I hate when people say that too, and I knew somebody was gonna say that.
It is
Hey, maybe you have to
true.
look inside yourself so you can fool yourself.
Not fool
You-
yourself.
The easiest
You
way to
find your
fool yourself
truth.
is to fool yourself.
Yeah.
If you're looking
Yeah,
for questions
yeah.
outside and someone says, "Look inside," you'll find it
There
for
is
yourself.
such a thing.
This is not.
If you find it only outside, what are you?
Somebody who's getting knowledge.
No, I see
From
what she's
outside.
saying.
No,
I see what she's
okay,
saying. She's
okay.
saying that you're going off of what
Like
other
you.
people say. Like
Yeah.
you have to believe in yourself at some point.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, but you can also fool yourself too, just like other people.
So
fool
that's
yourself.
why that comes all these beautiful sciences. Then you can, do a beautiful melody with yourself.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, thank you.
Science has also proven a lot of biblical stories to be true, though.
Don't look at me.
Oh, I'm just pointing it out.
I think
Who's
some
the
could-
camera
I-
on right now?
I'm just pointing it
I
out.
think some could be because I think that there is like a little bit of truth laced in there to make you believe in all the other shit.
I
you
mean,
know what
well,
I
they
mean?
have
And
to put truth in there because they're not just coming up with a whole bunch of fantasy.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
some of it has to be true.
So Adam and Eve makes so much sense to me, and the reason why it makes so much sense to me is because incest was a thing back then, and it was a big thing because kings and queens did incest. So Adam and Eve's make sense because I feel like father had a farm and he had a daughter
Yeah,
and
I
a
know.
son- and a son, and with the son and the daughter,
Where'd
when
the
the
mom
daughter
come from?
mature, yeah, when
Where'd
the
the
daughter
mom-
started to mature, she noticed some things about herself that she liked. She liked her brother. When the brother wasn't mature yet, but
Well, you know the
That's
story
what
of
happened.
Adam and Eve also comes from ancient Samaria as well.
Yeah.
I like that,
That
you keep
part.
saying that too.
I'm just saying it's all part of the pieces of the Bible that have just been rewritten from other forms.
Yeah.
And
But in
it's
their
nice
form-
that you're open. That's
Yeah.
really good. It's nice to be open for all
Well,
the.
and that's not to say
because-
that Rain is not open. She is
Right.
open.
Oh, I
she
just
just
have
has.
questions.
No, she's
Yeah.
open too. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that it's nice to be open-minded because honestly, like to be people that it's like really close
Living in a
it
box.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when I feel like people who are more spiritual or depend on their self beliefs or their inner spiritual more than something that was written to hold, like, to bound them. You know what I mean? Like once you start believing in the Bible and religion, they're more, no, I know this and you can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? Because they close everything off. They close out questioning. You know
Which
what I
is
mean?
a false way to go about it.
Right.
In my point of view.
Yeah, and so people who's more spiritual, we're gonna be more open.
Going back to spirituality, Ray, is there any room for spirituality?
I think spirituality is more self-work instead of like something like religion where you're.
And this is not religion, just spirituality in general.
I would say, it's something from within. I feel like that's how you. It's like you're not doing it for other people with other people. It's something that you do by yourself. I feel like it's just self-reflection, honestly.
So it's not something like beyond you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, and that's consistent with your answers. Like, I like. No, I like. Because again, right? She doesn't have any beliefs. It's more of this is how the body reacts. This is what the body does. This is what the mind does. The mind does create feelings, which is what we call the inner selves. It all comes from the brain. That's facts. That's proven by science. And so that's why I asked: Is there room for spirituality?
I've tried it before, actually. Like being more, like the spirituality girlies with like the crystals and stuff. That was me a few years ago.
Do you two have crystals in your room right now?
I have one.
I have crystals all
I
around
have one
here.
on my desk. I'm not.
In the house.
Why crystals?
And I'm gonna let them out.
I guess they hold like energy in them, and they. I don't know. I just remember. I don't know if this was true or not, but I read it somewhere. There's a specific crystal. If you put it in a room and someone walks in and they get a headache, that means they have bad energy.
Oh,
that happened
I've
to
heard
me once.
that.
I walked into the room and I got a headache, and I was like, "Are you crazy?"
Even with sage. Even with sage.
Do you believe in that?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't. I feel like that's a better route for people to take.
Some of it's scientific.
It's
But
more believable.
somebody wrote that.
Well,
sorry.
You
Do
said you
believe?
read that.
I did read that,
is
but I'm
scientific,
not
though.
going
Like,
off
you
of it.
can
I'm not
actually-
saying
Yeah.
this is what it is. This is the truth. I was just like, dang, that's actually kind of crazy.
But
It could've
think
been a
about it. But think
coincidence.
about
It
it.
couldn't happen.
There's rocks and minerals and everything. Even in our phones have
Right.
rocks in it, so we can speak.
And it's science.
You know, yeah, it's science. You know what I mean? Not only that, a lot of people
Frequency,
say
yes.
that they don't believe in
Yeah.
crystals, but they believe that there's a big floating rock in the middle of space, rotating around another big floating
a
rock
globe of gas.
of hot, a big hot
You
ass
asked me
rock.
that.
You know what
Are
I'm
we
saying?
getting
So we
into
got the
flat
sun.
And how
We got
does
the
the
sun,
moon
and
control
then-
the waves?
I think the Earth's flat.
Right, and the moon is a big ass rock. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
The moon, the moon is a big
Yeah,
ass
that's
rock.
cool.
You know what I mean?
And
Like
then
all of
the
these
moon
things.
controls the waves.
Right, and it's all floating though. You know what I mean? So if you don't believe in any of that, then
Oh, so your point is you're willing to not believe in crystals, but yet you believe in this floating rock.
yeah. So
Okay.
most people,
'Cause you threw me
that's
off.
how
I
most
was like,
people
what
are.
is
Yeah,
going
most people
on?
won't believe in crystals. That crystals have
Some
certain
energy.
powers and energy. You know what I mean? But they'll believe in
Which
the
is
moon.
why
they'll
I
believe
asked
in the
her,
sun,
right?
and they'll
'Cause-
believe in Earth.
Okay, I thought
yeah.
I was going
frequency.
crazy.
But not only that, so when you ask her a question, her answer to most of your questions is she don't know because she's not a scientist.
Right.
But
I love it.
But a lot of people, the reason why they will accept religion so quickly is because it's not that they don't know, it's that they want something to believe in so strongly that they're willing to believe in anything. Rain, every time she answers something, what I'm hearing is it's not that I don't just know, but I'll find out when that
Yeah,
when
and,
that time
happens,
comes.
it happens, yeah.
Another thing is, I'm not going to tell you that I know what I'm talking about, because I don't.
Fact.
Like, I don't have facts to list out for you and tell
Correct.
you this is actually what it is and this is what it's not. So any question you ask me, it's going to be followed by an I don't know.
Fact.
And then my
but
opinion.
here's my point.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people like Rain in the sense that, oh, I don't believe in God or whatever, but yeah, they believe in these other things. And that's what I'm saying. You're consistent in your belief of you just go off base what you're really experiencing. And I love that. A lot of people are not consistent in that. And so that's why I'm actually impressed. Like, I want to hear what you're saying. I'm not
I
not
just-
giving you a hard time. I
Oh,
just
I
want to
know.
understand it.
Yeah, I just think a big thing that plays a part in it is growing up in the Christian church. I was so disappointed the entire, what I was learning, I was getting disappointed by when I was in the real world. I was like, this can't be true. This can't be right. So from there, I'm like, it's not right. So from what I'm learning, for a majority of my life, I got proven wrong by a religion that a lot of people follow. So with following or looking into spirituality, it's more of something that I can get behind.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because I've only learned about spirituality like 5 years ago. So if I get disappointed down the line, we'll figure it out.
So it's safe to say that everything that had to do with religion, mainly Christianity, it has led to
and
disappointment.
Mormonism. Is Mormonism
Which
a
is
word?
considered Christians. They're considered Christians. So it's safe to say that has led to a lot of disappointment. Something that
And confusion and
and-
questions.
and something that spirituality hasn't led you to, because that's why you're still willing to kind of find
Yeah.
out what it is.
Yeah, and I have less questions dealing with spirituality. Like I said, it's more within. I question myself instead of this and
beautiful.
that and
Right.
the third. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Perfect.
Like, so yeah, that's just how I feel. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
that's beautiful too.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's
very
great.
indecisive.
It's great. No, I love it.
It's
I
important
love
to
it.
change.
Yeah.
I know, and I don't know if you felt this way, because I do believe in Christianity, mainly in what the teaches in the Bible, but I don't think I ever come and say, don't do it this way or don't do it that way. Like, I don't try to impose what I believe. I try to teach on what I believe, like educate on the things that I understand, that I believe, because ultimately it is based on what we call faith. Because at the end of the day, there is such a thing as having faith in.
We're all going to die.
Facts. That's the
That's
only
a
real
fact,
thing that's a
right?
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fact. We're all going to die. But in order for me to achieve something greater in life, I have to believe, I have to have some faith that I'm able to achieve that. So it's something beyond who I am. Because I see my limitations and I got to stop seeing my limitations and then believe beyond that.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that you could well, I don't know how to word it. I mean, can't you just convince yourself to like have
Yes.
motivation and
Yes.
work harder and not put your entire fate in the hands of God?
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not
Oh.
saying I'm putting my faith on the hands of God. I'm saying I have to create another reality of myself in order to achieve what I want to achieve. I have to see myself, if I go to the gym, I have to see myself that I'm fit in order to keep pushing myself to achieve that.
How does that fit in with religion?
I think, personally, I think it always has helped me to believe that I'm greater than what I am.
I feel this is gonna sound so rude, but I feel like
No,
you
go
could
ahead.
learn that like in therapy.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
not just, like-
So, great point. For me, learning more about, and trust me, I read a lot of books that has to do with
I can
self.
tell.
I read a lot of books and self improvement. So I
Mhm.
read a lot of books on that, and yes, it is my therapy. In this day and age, I don't go to church.
Mhm.
I don't need to go to church. I see
You're
and I
comfortable where you're
understand
at.
why people partake on the culture of having a church, because there is a teaching behind it.
Mhm.
Personally, I don't do it now. However, I understand why it's done. My current teachings are more based on what's current teachers teaching, which is psychologists. What are they teaching that I can do better with my life? However, a lot of these psychology books that I've been reading, they always talk about having something greater. Not just what you currently know and what you currently understand as life as it is. Some will call it God. Some will call it
Having a dream.
having a dream. Some will, like you. They always say there has to be like that faith, and it doesn't point out to religion or to Christianity. It's just something greater than what you are in order to push yourself. That's.
Hey, do you think people in religion follow blindly? Like they just go
I
with
think
it?
they do.
Yeah.
I think
it's
they
a
do.
big part of religion.
Yeah.
It's just going
Yeah.
blindly.
Do you
Well, it
think?
has
The
to be
blind
'cause
leading
none of them
the,
seen
isn't
Jesus
the blind
before.
leading the blind?
Facts.
Is that they
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's the blind leading the blind. But
Yeah.
also I feel like, nah, I ain't gonna say that.
Say it.
I
We
feel like
here,
if they
bro.
was to be like, these drugs are gonna get us closer to God, they'd do it in the church.
Well, you know,
But that's why people do it, right?
you know they
There
say
are religions
because the
that
blood
do
of Christ
that.
is what
well,
wine.
even early Christianity was based off of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's where like a lot of the Christmas comes
I
from.
think if they had acid,
They were like
back then,
drug induced orgy.
They'd lose their mind.
You know what I mean?
they'd be like,
Celebrations.
God.
Well,
It's
the
coming
reason
soon.
the reason why people believe in kings back in the old days, or rulers or whatever, is because the ruler will promise something greater than what you're currently experiencing, and they will give you some type of psychedelic, and then you will feel all that euphoria that comes with having those psychedelics, and that's why they believe the rulers were gods.
They were drugging them.
Yeah,
That's so messed up.
but that was
I
the
dig it
ruler.
though.
It's
I'm like, I
But-
dig it though. Sign me up.
Right?
All right, any final thoughts?
For free?
Is everyone down to have like a mushroom session one day?
I'm down.
I mean,
It's gonna be a long session. We're gonna
Is
have
that
to,
going to be a podcast or
we're gonna have to start
separately?
like an hour and a half
She's like, make
early.
sure I'm
Start
not-
drinking because I think shroom tea would be the best to start it out with.
I hear a
Okay.
lot of people experience.
And if it doesn't
an
go well, we
awakening
can
through
delete
that.
that episode.
shroom tea. I've never had shroom tea.
I'll make it. You'll like it.
I've just had it with chocolate.
Wait, what?
Those are good.
Oh, with
I
chocolate.
had it by itself.
But the thing is, with the
I
tea, it's
blacked
like you
out,
can like
'cause I was drunk,
slowly take sips
Do you
off of
remember
it.
anything?
Chocolate?
I was drunk, and this random girl offered me shrooms, and I was like,
Let's
okay.
go for it.
I just took a shroom. I blacked out. I don't remember shit after that.
Oh hell no! The
Maybe
tea is
that's a
not gonna
good
be like
thing.
that. Yeah,
But then later I came down and I was.
We can lemon take
I cannot wait till this
drunk.
festival.
Okay.
Until I'm at the festival.
So this is why I was, talking about that, because a lot of people have talking about how they got in some type of awakening when they're through psychedelic shrooms or ayahuasca and all these things, which has led me to think I would like to try that to see what that's all about. That's why I posted earlier the MDR treatment, which is just therapy, but they teach you how to tap into your brain and talk and reach your traumas where they started, so you can overcome that. Which is why I always say, well, then if that's the case, I don't need psychedelics, because there is a way to achieve that as well.
Yeah.
Which is, again, not imposing religion. It's just what I've learned. I like to read a lot of books, especially when it comes to self-improvement, psychology, and all that stuff, because I feel like I'm trying to be better every single day. And so,
Yeah, psychedelics are really good for healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
If
agree.
you're
I heard
not
that
in
too.
if you're not currently in a really bad position, because you can fall into like a even worse state of mind. But
through psychedelics?
Yeah, sometimes.
if-
It makes you think. It makes
Yeah.
it
you
makes
think
you
a
think.
lot.
But if you're in like a really bad place, I'd recommend not doing.
If
shrooms.
you're not ready to face those thoughts, you could
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
or if you're around the wrong people, like
Yeah.
let's say you was suppressing energy, like your thoughts of, oh man, my sister is so annoying, I don't want to be around her, or your brother is so annoying, I don't want to be around her. But those are the people you live with, and then you do those psychedelics and you're at peace, but then they walk in, your
You
mood
won't
just
kill 'em?
swings.
You're in
to, nah,
such a bad trip.
you're definitely not gonna
Oh.
just kill somebody on shrooms, but you're gonna be like, oh man, I'm irritated. I don't know why I'm irritated. It's because you've been suppressing that irritation for your brothers and sisters, and shrooms is gonna be like, you need to talk to them, and the whole entire time you're thinking like, if I talk to them, they're not gonna listen, and they never listen to me, and you're having a conversation with yourself, and you're going deeper and deeper into that irritation, and it's like you want to talk to your family, but you don't want to talk to your family, but as soon as you walk away from that environment, you get to a new train of thought of, and that's why people like to do it in the woods, because there's nothing that relates to the immediate,
To the current world.
yeah,
To
the immediate world.
Yeah.
But now you can have a free thought of, man, my brother and sister, they do irritate me at times,
but
they're
probably
not
won't
right
even
there
cross
in the
your
room.
mind.
Yeah, and they probably won't cross your mind, but if they do, it's like, because I did something like a week ago, and all I could think about is my test, taking this test and everything, and now I'm just like, oh well, failed that bitch. Now I'm
Another
just
thing
like,
I'll put in,
yeah.
when I did shrooms my very first time, I did so much. I probably did too much. And you get so emotional. I remember I was laughing for hours, what felt like hours. And then we went
Probably 10
outside
minutes.
and I found a dead snail and I was crying for what felt like hours. So it's just a roller coaster, and if you're
It
not
can feel like
mentally
hours,
ready
too.
for like the roller coaster of emotions, I
Was
would
there any
recommend it.
takeaways from your trip?
Yeah, to break up with my ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
The Jamaican one, or
No, he was
Jamaican
my
me
first
crazy.
boyfriend ever, but I don't know. I just remember looking at him, and he looked so gray in the face, and he looked like a demon.
It happens like that. You can literally see, like there's a lot of people where you'd be like, this person's not for me. This person's a fucking
Especially
demon.
if you know them, and
That's
then
interesting.
you're like, I don't know, your mind's telling you what you were, like, your subconscious was like suppressing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it all comes out, and then
Because you can see beauty on a person's face too. Like you can see
You have her all
like
worried over
beauty.
here.
You can see demon. You can see like evil, and then you can see like beauty on a person. And it's like,
So-
man, you are so beautiful.
or like you look at people and there's nothing going through their mind.
So to
Like,
wrap
you're
things
so-
up,
Okay, go ahead.
Priscilla,
Oh,
what is it that you want to experience when you do your first?
oof. So many things. But
Sexual.
it's sexual
I'd
thing
say
too,
sex
which
on shrooms is
happens.
not fun.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I can't
However,
remember.
I think
Yeah.
no, right?
What?
I think
My
with
bad.
mushrooms, people say at least that you become more spiritual instead of more like.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, for me,
People
Like-
microdose. You
that
guys
you
should
want
try
that
microdosing
arousal.
shrooms.
Yeah.
How we
Oh,
say
arousal,
arousal?
yeah, like
Yeah.
sexual
Arousal.
pleasure or yeah.
That's a
I'm
very
the same way. I
interesting
was
I
one.
don't
a
remember
kiss
really
one time
getting
on
high,
shrooms,
horny.
and I was like,
Yeah, everything.
I need my space.
It's more like no. Now I remember. Yeah, no. If you're with the right person and you can just like cuddle and rub and touch, sex on
something more
shrooms
about,
can
like,
be
the-
like exhilarating because you're feeling, you're touching, and then the next thing you know, when you slip it in, you're like, damn girl, you feel so good.
It's kind of like
And then y'all be having
giving,
visions like,
when you're doing it on MTV.
yeah, you be having y'all sex on shrooms was trash.
Bro,
'Cause I remember having
honestly,
visions.
I'm the type of person I probably
That's a
already
new
took
universe.
too much shrooms, and I'm like,
I was not.
I need
aware.
some space.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean? Like
tried
I am
it.
tripping right.
I tried it twice with two different people.
And blacked out both times.
No, I didn't like. Not with shrooms, with
Money?
acid.
Oh.
Mm.
I
Acid
did not like
especially.
scary?
that.
I had a friend.
That's
say
Never
he
had
did
sex
it.
on acid.
I had a friend who did it, and he said he melted into the person.
Oh shit.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I think it was just because I didn't like the person.
Oh.
She's like, I just want to see what this
I
is
know
about.
there's-
Did it like
Um,
feel weird? Like, cause I know when I do shrooms, everything feels sticky.
Felt gross.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every time I do it,
Like my
everything feels
hands
sticky.
go clammy or something like
Yeah,
that.
everything like feels wet and sticky, and I feel like
Yeah.
sweaty.
Yeah.
But it
When
didn't
I'm-
feel like like a weird way,
No.
So-
for me, it was just uncomfortable.
like more mentally.
More
Hey,
mental.
how much time have we went
I
over?
felt gross.
It's 7
for
minutes, we're
being
over.
in
All right,
that
we
So
can talk
just-
about these
Aw.
drugs next week. No,
So I'll say this.
I wanted to
know
talk
that
about
there's a spiritualists that partake on drugs to achieve to meet their gods or whatever, and a lot of them they do it through sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
Which
I'm
is
okay with having
crazy.
sex on shrooms.
It's.
Yeah.
I met a girl who said that she, like, when she has sex, like she likes to go like multiple rounds, right? But because it keep like each orgasm, she said she was a squirter. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But she said every single time she does it, it's like it puts her into like a mental state, like of like almost like trance, like a what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a trance almost.
That,
you know what
that
I mean?
is
Like,
what it is.
Hey, can we all
yeah,
say
but,
the
but it
best-
says
oh,
like
my
she's
bad.
like controlled in that state. She like has to keep getting it over and over so she can be like,
Juan, do you know what the
Uh-huh.
best sex drug is though? And everybody knows it.
Molly.
Ecstasy.
Molly.
MDMA.
Facts. Oh my god, you feel so good. And you can go forever. Like you can really have an orgy on that
The
bitch.
motherfucking best.
Best,
in the
the
world.
best. It'll mess up your relationship.
I just
Right?
remember I was like, are we making love right now?
Facts. Oh my god.
That's what
Hey,
it felt like. That's literally what it felt like.
I
when
went to
did
my
it.
ex
I
house
oh
and
my
she was like,
God.
whatever you took, take it again. Cause she didn't take it, but I did, and I was like,
All
like
right.
you really, yeah, you don't even need a mirror.
Yeah.
All right.
A mirror was good. Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, so
Check us
so that's somebody calling. Okay, that's the Mind of Nobodies, and we talked about a little bit of everything. You're here with Elijah,
Dexter.
I'm Rain.
Devaney.
Priscilla.
and you got Wands on the ones and twos. You can find us on YouTube, Mind of Nobodies. You can find us on TikTok, Mind of Nobodies. You can find us on Facebook, Mind of Nobodies. And I think you can find us on Instagram, Mind of Nobodies. So whatever you look up, just look up Mind of Nobodies. And we are out.
100.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Just kidding, don't do drugs.